Oh, I made it back first. I win the P Awards. All right, boys, we're on number 7 right now. Let's fucking go. Man.
You know, I realize this may not be our Christmas episode, but this is definitely our end of the year episode.
Dude, it's so fitting.
So this is how we're ending the year. So fuck yeah. Like send it, dude. I don't give a shit.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't even think I peed because the water was still clear. I don't even know what's happening right now.
Oh, well, okay. So we have like actual things to talk about. I do have a couple. I have a couple things that I've posted.
Oh shit. Okay, I gotta try to compose. Hold on, let me take a drink.
Well, we can be punchy about it. So, like, I talked about the Moist Critical giving away or selling.
Hold on. I'm gonna interrupt you real quick.
Oh,
Longboard, the Kona. That, and I've never. I must say, this is probably my first Kona in a long time. Wow, I feel the slurring now and the fucking slow speech. Like I could fucking have way too many or too few chromosomes. The Kona is good. So you had the punchiness of the porter from Deschutes, fantastic brewing company. Obsidian Ale, one of my favorites. But they did not have that on Amazon. I ordered my alcohol. All right, let me just say. First time ordering alcohol. I'm sorry. Look, this is going to derail quickly. All right. I'm at a point now where it's like a toddler that's just gotten a hold of something. So, ordering alcohol from Amazon. First time. And I know you don't support Amazon. I'm lazy. I didn't want to go out and buy shit. So I ordered it.
I'm lucky. I'm lucky enough that I have a like convenience store literally across the street.
Look, I have no excuse. I have the same conveniences, but I'm lazy and white and privileged, whatever you want to throw in there. Make enough money.
I can leave the house, get alcohol, and come back within 10 minutes. So
this right here, it's a lot lighter than the porter. I actually enjoy it.
Longboard's good shit. Kona Longboard's good shit.
And it's been a while. Like I said, it's been a while since I've had the Kona, and that is just delicious. All right, I'm just gonna steal that from Parks and Rec. All right, that is delicious. All right, don't sue me, please. I don't have a lot of money.
We're just both wrong. Burgundy right now.
Yeah. God, I'm 6 in. Jesus, I'm a fucking lightweight nowadays. It's probably a good thing I didn't involve any hard liquor because I feel like we would probably would have derailed a lot quicker. But no, the Kona highly honestly, listen here, podcast and podcast chat. Everything that I've been drinking today for this recording, I would recommend. Fantastic taste, very solid body and structure. Overall filling yet refreshing. Please sponsor us alcohol so we can get free of you in our fridges. Just alcohol in general, not even a company, just alcohol. Sponsor us. We knew this episode was going to go off the rails, so at this point, I'm just embracing it and just taking it full force.
I have no excuses for anything.
Like, at this point, I'm the train conductor, and we've been so off the rails that we're probably on the highway. So, we got through all the things we needed to.
Yeah, we did. I posted so much shit in the chat this week to, like, have things to talk about, but I forgot to take... Machine. I forgot to take into account the fact that we were drinking. Like, fucking Aaron Hansen, the beautiful human being that he is. I love him to death. He's one of my favorite YouTubers of all time. Kingdom Hearts 2 in one... He didn't even finish the game. He had to stop because he's like, I am tired. I am feeling unwell. I need to stop.
Wait, did you post that in chat?
I did. I did.
Oh, that reminds me. Sorry, I'm
because he did Kingdom Hearts 1 all the way. Like he finished Kingdom Hearts 1 last year for the same thing because his mom has like a healing horse charity, so she like uses horses for therapy purposes.
Yes.
So like she's been doing that for years. He did a charity live stream for that where he streamed all of Kingdom Hearts 1 in one go.
Okay.
And he was going to do the same with the sequel this year, but he didn't realize how much longer the sequel was.
Oh my god.
So he ended up stopping when I stopped watching, or when I checked right before bed, he had just gotten to the Pirates of the Caribbean world.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess he stopped shortly after that. But I can't confirm because the VOD stops well before that point. Kevin's drunken thinking.
Yeah, I am. I just uploaded a screenshot from Cyberpunk that I took last night to the chat.
Nice.
Yes, I don't know if did you see it?
Yeah, I see it.
All right. Yeah, that is the first car I bought. So that was a big moment for me, and I wanted to share that with you.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't know what that has to do with anything.
I didn't tell you the story of the maintenance guy from yesterday.
Oh no! Wait, this is real life?
This is real life. This is real life.
Okay.
So yesterday, or not yesterday, but Monday night.
Yes.
Monday night, I went to go run the dishwasher, right? Fine, whatever. But I run it, and then I was like, oh, things smell burny. Weird. And then I go look at the dish. I go to look at the dishwasher, and I noticed that we got one of the ones that's just the turn knob.
Yes. Yeah.
I noticed that the knob has moved, and it's at a point where water should be running, but water is not running.
Uh-oh.
And I go, that's a problem. So I flip the lock knob to turn it, and apparently our dishwasher just won't drain.
Oh, that sucks.
So I was like, well, shitty. Dishwasher doesn't work.
Yeah.
So I put in a maintenance request, like a thing you could just do online. Put in a maintenance request. It set it up. It was like, hey, our dishwasher is not doing what it's supposed to do. Please come fix.
Dishwasher, no wash dish. Please fix now, please. Thank you.
Exactly.
Okay, bye.
Dishwasher, no wash. Yeah. Dishwasher, no do. Please fix.
This makes me think of like an Asian woman.
So.
Okay. Thank you.
Like it gets to like 2 p.m, and I'm like, okay, I'm expecting him to show because it was like 6 when I set it in, which is right when everything closes. That's close of business for the apartment complex.
Yeah, this is so. Let me just make sure. This is Monday. At this point.
This is Monday evening.
Monday evening.
I filled out the thing, set that up. I was like, "Hey, we've got a problem. Dishwasher ain't doing what it's supposed to do."
Which I'm jealous because obviously we rent a house, and we don't have that fucking luxury. Well, first of all, this house didn't have a washing machine, or a dishwasher, not washing machine, but a dishwasher. So we had to get a portable one. We found a portable one on Craigslist for free because the lady bought a new one, and she was like, "Here, have this one for free." You're like, "Oh, awesome, cool, sweet." And that works, but it's not the same as having like a built-in dishwasher. Yep. And the ability to just be like, "Hey, this doesn't fucking work. Please fix it." Right. Fuck, I wish we could do that for like everything in this goddamn house since it's falling apart.
Your house is a nightmare. Your house is a nightmare.
Yeah, but, dude, I'm honestly surprised it's still standing.
Right. So we get to like early afternoon yesterday, Tuesday.
Yeah.
Because I was expecting him to come sometime yesterday. Yeah. And I'm waiting and I'm waiting and I'm waiting. And I'm like, okay, I need to make sure this gets taken care of. So I call the apartment complex, and she's like, oh yeah, no, he's out with all tickets today. Like, it'll get taken care of by the end of the day. Cool. And I'm like,
awesome.
This is driving me nuts. I need to like actually take care of this. So I start just hand washing dishes and putting them away. Slow process, but whatever.
Right.
20 minutes after doing that, there's a knock on the door. Cool. I go answer the door. It's the maintenance guy. Put my mask on, let him in, and he goes and looks at it. And like within 5 minutes, I hear water draining because there was just standing water in our dishwasher. I hear water draining. And I was like, "Did you fix it?" And he's like, "Well, I got it moving, but I still need to diagnose what the exact problem was. It could be like a relay or a stuck solenoid or motor or whatever." And like, I'm like,
all right, but
cool.
Forward progress.
Forward progress. So there's no longer standing water in the dishwasher because that was getting gross.
All right.
So I let him do his thing. Like 10 minutes later, he's like, "All right, it's working. Cool. I'm out." And I'm like, "Cool." And I get it set up, and I go over to the dishwasher.
Oh, God.
And the first thing that hits me is a fresh squeezed fart.
Oh.
This man fixed my dishwasher, ripped ass, and dipped. Like, it wasn't just like, oh, man, it was like, what did you put in your body to create that smell? And then leave it in my home.
And then, oh yes, because you specifically mentioned this yesterday.
I must
in our chat,
share the tale.
I must share the tale of the crop dusting maintenance guy, and that is amazing. I have no words for this.
It was just like I go to start the dishwasher, and as soon as I get over there. Because I needed to, because I had put soap in it, so I needed to clean out the soap that had gotten kind of run through and wash out. So I go to, bend over, and it was right where he was, and it was still there. 5 minutes. 5 minutes after he left. It's still sitting there. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? What the shit?
Right. So let me play devil's advocate. Are you sure this wasn't from the dishwasher itself?
I am 100%. There was no denying that was a fart. God. It was not like dirty food dishwasher smell. It was definitively human fart smell.
All I can say is I have worked with an individual who also had this power to literally just drop a fucking fart and it would just fucking sit there and hover for God knows how long until it just dissipated eventually.
Oh, and it was like so for a little more context, I've always been a little sketched out by this particular maintenance guy. Like there's several maintenance guys for our apartment complex, but this one guy is always kind of like I've never had major interactions with him, but there's just something about him that hits me wrong. And it had me. Him coming to fix our dishwasher yesterday solidified that for me, because what it was when he came over, Tyrion didn't move. Usually, whenever there's a new person, new anybody, maintenance guy, friend coming over, anybody. He's on them. He's like, "Hey, how's it? You're new. You should pet me. I'm sweet. You like me, right? Yeah. I'm a cute kitty." Nothing.
I didn't get that the first time. Although maybe it was because you were there. I don't know.
But that was the thing is he had gotten up to check you out. He had gotten when you came to the door. He had gotten up to check out who's at the door. Are they coming in? New friend.
Yeah.
Because Tyrion, he sleeps right under my table, right under my desk.
Yeah, that's true. He was right there at the door.
Exactly. So. He had gotten up and moved to the door when you came over. This maintenance guy, Tyrion didn't move.
Interesting.
So that confirmed for me that this guy is a little sketchy.
See that does a few things. That makes me think: has this man been in your house before, and you guys just weren't aware? And Tyrion was like, "Oh yeah, what's up, Steve? Like, let's just." What's going on? I'm not going to move.
If it's somebody who's not around often, he'll go to him. He'll get right on it. So if like me or Juliana, he'll just exist in the apartment until we go to give him attention. But like we've had Tina over a few times, but it's never consistently. So whenever she comes over, he's on her immediately.
Oh, okay.
Because nice lady.
So this guy sounds like a creep then.
It really just like hit me the wrong way. And like, this is the guy, like there's this shitty BMW that I've always seen in our apartment that has a license plate that equates to My Euphoria. I'm not going to lay out the specific like how it's spelled, but it's the license plate reads My Euphoria, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? And it's like a military license plate too, like it's a veteran's license plate. And it's this guy.
All right.
It's this guy.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Ooh, and like I've gone to the like the trash compactor area for our apartment complex with like a big load of cardboard, and I go to put it, you know, where the cardboard goes because recycling is important because I live in this world and I want to take care of it. And he's like, "Oh, you can just
keeps us alive."
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, you can just throw that in here." And I was like, "But it's recycling." And he's like, "Okay, whatever."
Oh. So is this guy a war hero, or does he have shit on his record?
I was like, this is a dude who could very easily probably be posted to our Just Boot things.
Oh no, one of those.
There was another dude in our apartment complex. He doesn't live anymore, but he drove a bright blue Toyota Tundra that was sticker bombed with right-wing propaganda and military bullshit.
Oof. All right.
So it was all like, you know, it had Semper Fi stickers and it had all of the 2016 right-wing rhetoric on it, all over it.
2016, whatever do you mean?
I know, right? That's as deep into politics as we're gonna get right now.
Yeah.
But it had all of that stuff on it, and it had like. And it just had general military stuff. And I knew which apartment this guy lived in because he had all of the military flags on his back porch along with a "Don't Tread on Me" flag.
Oh my god.
And I was just browsing Reddit, and I just have my normal front page which just shows me the most popular posts of any, and I see that guy's truck posted on our Just Boot things. And
no shit.
And I PM'd the OP and I was like, "Howdy, neighbor!"
Holy shit, that's hilarious.
I was like, that is that guy's truck. 100%. There's no way it's not that guy's truck.
That's fucking great.
Because it wasn't a black or like dark. It was a electric blue Toyota Tundra with all of this sticker shit on it, like head to toe, front to back. Every inch of this truck was covered in different stickers.
Did you know, fun fact, they did a study, and people that are more likely to put all of those stickers and shit on their car are more likely to have violent acts of road rage.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
No, and it's funny because it's from what I can tell, it's true. Just based on watching people drive, like if people have more bumper stickers and more crazy shit on their car, they drive like complete assholes, and chances are they are looking for that fight.
Yep.
They're like, fucking just come on.
Yep.
Just fucking fight me. And at the same time, you're like, oh my God, this person's fucking insane. And no,
absolutely.
Oh my God.
I 100%.
It's fantastic. Oh God. Dude,
I'm a member of the burner community.
Yeah.
And there's an individual who drives a Prius that's completely covered in stickers like that. But, you know, different.
All right, it's not me
different, you know, skew.
Yeah.
But completely covered in stickers like that. And they are one of the worst people I have ever met.
Have you seen the bumper stickers that I have on our Prius?
You have a Prius?
Yeah, we have a Prius.
I didn't know you had a Prius.
So we have a Prius, and it came with these bumper stickers.
Okay.
But I left them on because I think they're hilarious. One of which is dismantle white supremacy, which that's not the hilarious thing. That is a real thing that, you know, should not be.
Yes, do that
in this world.
Yes, do that.
But as somebody who's like 6'3" and a very big fucking white guy, like driving a fucking Prius, I love that sticker because of just the hilarity of seeing a big fucking white guy in a Prius that says "Dismantle white supremacy" in the back. makes me fucking laugh every time. And I can't remember who pointed that out to me. And they were like, I can't believe you know what? It might have been Daniel, which I told him we need to get him on this podcast for Tales from Detroit, because that itself is a segment in which
it
we
really
can hone.
Like that needs to be a whole episode. A whole episode of this show.
A whole episode
could go to those stories because they're fucking hysterical.
They're hysterical. They're amazing. They're just outright awesome.
Told by one of the most wholesome individuals I've ever met.
Yes. Okay. So
it was actually okay. So last week was the Christmas party for your work.
Yes.
Last week was the Christmas party. I tuned into it. It was actually not as bad as it could have been. It could have been. It absolutely.
You said it.
It absolutely
was pretty good.
Could have been a lot worse, because like what they would do was they would have, but at the same time there was absolute chaos. So
let's preface this for people.
It capped with like, okay, you give your preface.
So to preface this for people, my employer likes to do a holiday party every year for all the employees. Fantastic. I honestly wish there were more employers like my employer in this country, because I think both you and I could agree, fantastic employer. Loves the people he works with, wants to make sure everybody is well taken care of. All around.
Yeah, the president and CEO of the company is someone I would genuinely say is a truly good person. He actually gives a shit about his employee. Like, when this all started and people were still working, he's like, hey, I know this is tough. Here's $100. Just here's $100 fresh, crisp $100 bill cash to everybody.
Yes, from his pocket, because let's face it, that doesn't come from payroll.
No.
All right, there's a lot of shit that has to go through that. That came from him to the employees.
Yep.
Big statement right out of the gate. But overall, a fantastic company to work for. I am fortunate to work for this company. I do not take that for granted with all of the opportunities they have given me.
And for
fantastic company.
Yes. For further context, I used to work for this company, and Juliana, my wife, still does.
Yes.
And so I have connections. I've made friends. Like, we literally met. This show would not happen if it were not for this company.
Here's the funny thing. If it wasn't for this company, we wouldn't have the show. We wouldn't know that we both went to the same high school.
Right.
Like, all this crazy shit. So
this fucking thing wouldn't have happened. Like, goddamn.
That wouldn't have happened. So fantastic company. Can't speak enough. You know, what really truly we would want more companies in the US to be, realistically.
100%.
Is this company.
100%.
A company where they say, hey, we're family, and it actually feels like a good family to be in.
Yeah.
Not like the fucked up family where it's like, hey, I'm working 80 hours a week.
It's not the red flag, hey, we're family. We actually feel like family.
It's the actual, hey, we feel like family. And this is speaking from somebody who I had my own issues. Hey, we worked through it, with the company. I took care of all the shit. No big deal.
Yep.
You still have a job. All that good shit. So, love this company. Where the fuck are we going with this again? I don't
Christmas
remember.
Party.
Christmas party.
So last week they had their Christmas party,
which generally would be a full banquet hall. Bring you and your significant other to this Christmas party. We're going to have drinks. We're going to have giveaways. We're going to have a great fucking time.
Like, they have,
unfortunately,
getting in the door gets you 10 raffle tickets that you can put in any number of gifts.
Yes.
And
ranging from like an extra day off.
Like, all employees have the ability to put a ticket into a just free day off.
Yeah.
Everybody has the opportunity to just get a free day off. They usually put like an external hard drive. There's usually a TV, wine, some sort of wine openers. They had
tons of great stuff.
They had a GoPro 8 this year, like a brand new GoPro 8 this year.
Well, I think even the owner says he and his wife, they go to Costco, they load up the cart, they get all this shit for the raffle, and they don't skimp on it. It's not one of those things where it's like, oh, the owner got like, a bag of M&Ms and you can throw it in. No, this is very much the best of the best.
Yeah.
Like, we want you to make sure you put your tickets
like
wherever you
Juliana
and
I got on the phone because she was at work when it launched. Like, we got on the phone and we both looked through the list and we're like, okay, we want these and we want these and we want these. Like, we talked about which we wanted and what we wanted.
So generally, the Christmas party specifically would be held in a banquet hall somewhere, like a hotel like banquet hall.
The year I went, it was held at a local Hilton, and like there was even like they even blocked out a chunk of rooms so that employees could get a discount on a room to stay the night in case they wanted to just get shitty. And that's what Juliana and I did that year. Yeah, is we both were just like, let's get a room. It was a steal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because that was at the Hilton, wasn't it?
It was it was at the airport Hilton that year.
Yeah.
And they got the banquet hall. They got a whole block of rooms. So we went. We stayed at a room. Like we went. We claimed our room. We got changed in the room. Went to the party. Went and and then stayed the night in the room because we both got shitty drunk. Because we could. We knew we had that opportunity, and all we needed to do was go upstairs. We didn't have to drive, so we took advantage of that. But this year, given the circumstances,
unfortunately, it
was held on
Zoom. Yes, which isn't terrible, but for me personally, and this is just me speaking for me, I like the big social gatherings if we're going to do like a party of some kind.
Having that face-to-face is very important, especially for a party like that. But
and I don't even say it's not even important to the fact of like, oh, it's important. Like, I'm going to increase my social, whatever with work. It's just, if I wanted to see people, I would want to see specific people. I wouldn't want to be like just kind of thrown in a room with people.
Right. You want to actually oh, hey, there's so-and-so. I want to talk to them.
Exactly. Because for me personally, I am not an extrovert. I am an introvert. So for me personally, if I get to see specific people and I get to talk to specific people, that's my shit. That's the shit I love. So, for me, this time around, the Zoom Christmas party was just not a thing for me specifically. So I unfortunately did not attend, but Zach, I know you attended and kind of filled me in on all the good shit that was going on. So
there was absolute it capped at like 200 people ish.
I'm gonna go pee real quick again. I'm just gonna tell the story.
Okay, fine. So it capped at like 200 people, and they had this game that was overarching. It was like they would put us into a group. They would divide us evenly into different breakout rooms, and they would break us into these rooms, and they would give us something to talk about. It's like, oh, who has a tattoo? Who can play a musical instrument? How many different languages do you know in the group? So if multiple people know Spanish, that counts as one. But if somebody knows Spanish and Japanese and Russian and German, that's 4 points, that sort of thing. So it was like a game. So who had the most points by the end of it going all around? So it wasn't terrible. So whenever we'd go into one of these breakout rooms, we would have something to talk about with these different people. And, it would have interesting conversations. And it was only ever for like 2 minutes at a time. So it wasn't that bad. And it would... I told them how the breakout rooms work.
Ah, yes.
So they had a game where it was like, how many people in whatever group you're going to be in speak a different language? Or who plays a musical instrument and how many different musical instruments? That sort of thing. So we always had something to talk about, and each breakout room was limited to 2 minutes. So it wasn't like you had to sit there and talk with some rando for 5 minutes. It was you had a thing to talk about for 2 minutes with 5 other people.
Yeah, which, honestly, given the times, given how people interact with each other, I think it's great.
It ended up
2 minutes,
it ended up
not
being
too short. not too long.
And then whoever won, and then there were point values assigned. Whoever won got a prize. And I guess the intended prize was a trip to the Bahamas.
Oh, whoa! What?
Yeah, the intended prize was a right.
I didn't know about that. Shit, I would have shown up if that was the case.
Well, and Bill had bought tickets and everything.
Wow! Holy shit!
But he had to refund them given the circumstances.
Oh, damn!
So the prize ended up being a gift card. I'm pretty sure a very hefty gift card.
Yes.
Given what the prize was supposed to be.
And again, that just shows the company, the owner as a whole. It's not just one of those things where it's like, hey, we're family.
It was not going to be a small prize. It was a big trip.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like we just said too, the fact that the essential employee is working, and him out of his own pocket saying here, thank you for being on the front lines. We appreciate everything you do.
Yeah. I mean, and to give an idea of how much forethought he puts into this event, is he had bought the tickets well before this started.
That's awesome. See, that's awesome, and I didn't actually know that. So
he had bought the tickets well before this started. So you did that, and it ended up being, I think it was Dina that won.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, you know what though? Who is more deserving than Dina?
Well, it was really funny because it was how one of the questions was, how many family members do you have working at Sigma?
Yeah.
And it was points based on per window. And what happened was Alexia and Douglas and Jessica and Ryan ended up being in the same group that round.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh my god. That's funny.
They immediately called that out. They get back to the group and they're like, so if you're gonna do something like that, don't put
don't put the people who are married to each other in the same fucking
right. Don't put the Burnett's and the Heplers in one group.
That's funny. That's great. But you know what else I love?
So they get to the raffle, and one of the raffles was a battery jumper box thing, a little thing you keep charged.
I know who won that.
Exactly. So. And that's where this whole story started. Is we get in and they start doing the raffle, and that thing gets called, and Daniel wins, and he just pops in with his whole little, that's me. in the whole group of 200 people, he just pops in with his whole little, that's me.
You know what's funny is Monday I had to go to HQ for other reasons, but I saw him and he was like, I won this raffle, and I was like, oh, that's awesome. So the fact that you brought that up is just fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
I was a little mad because that was one of the things that I put in for, and I considered mention because my car keeps dying because people keep breaking into my car and leaving the door
really?
open. Oh yeah, and leaving Well, okay, so it's not just that people keep breaking into my car; people keep trying to steal my car.
Dude, you need to sell the Honda. All right,
I really do.
People love.
I have a mid-90s Honda Accord, so people keep trying to jack it. But I have an anti-theft device, so it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere, but it seems like a real inconvenience.
It's to the point where, whenever it gets broken into, it's just well, that happened again.
Oh, okay.
But because they keep breaking into it, the light keeps getting left on.
Yeah.
So the battery keeps dying. So I wanted to have a jump because I had a jump box, but one of the times it got broken into, that got stolen.
So do you remember when it got stolen and you were trying to find it and all that shit was going down?
Yeah, it got stolen. It got stolen at one point. I reported it stolen, and I found it 3 days later. The cops found it 3 days later, and I'm like, cool.
So I asked my significant other, because at this point I feel like I shouldn't name names, but you know, she knows people that may do things, whatever. So I was like, I was like, hey, I was like, do you know anybody that would have stolen this thing in this area? And she was like, oh, fuck. She was like, okay, let me make a couple of texts and phone calls and see. I shit you not. Because I was like, all right, I need to get this thing found before it ends up in a chop shop. So
every time it's been actually stolen twice. Like it has actually been taken from my possession 2 times. And both times I'm absolutely shocked it hasn't ended up in a chop shop.
And here's the thing, I didn't want to admit to you at the time that realistically I could find this fucking thing. But now after the fact, it's like, yes, okay. She, you know, it's one of those things where you're with somebody who they had an interesting past and now they're at a different point in their life, but they still have, you know, ties to that past that they can look upon in issues of the future. So I was like, God damn it. I was like, do you know anybody who would have done this at this time with this car?
In this place.
She was like, oh. And she was like, yeah, let me see if I can find it. So at this point, this time it didn't pan out. It wasn't a thing that panned out. But the feelers were put out there, so to speak. So it was one of those things where I was like, God, I hope I don't get a positive hit on this fucking thing because I work with this guy. So, you know, fortunately, it didn't pan out. Another fortunately, you got your car back, so it wasn't a big issue.
Yeah. Every time my car's been stolen, it's been found. Because I don't actually have anything value on it, and the car's a piece of shit, so nobody wants to steal anything on it.
But here's the thing: it's a Honda. That's the fucking thing. Fair. People love stealing Hondas. I don't know why. Personally, I probably wouldn't try to steal a Honda, but that's just me.
It's super easy to break into. Like there was one point where a car that was parked next to mine went off because the guy who broke into my car hit that car with my door. And set that alarm off.
That is hilarious.
But I don't keep anything valuable in my car, so nothing ever gets taken.
So and I feel like your car is just like the joyride.
And the car can't be stolen because of the anti-theft device I've put in there. You have to have several steps.
Yes.
And the batteries
we're not going to name on this podcast, so don't even try.
There are several things that must be done in order to even try to start my car.
Yes. But where the fuck was I even going with this? This is alcohol at this point talking. I don't even know. You
just mentioned my car being stolen. It's like story time. Yeah, So the first time my car got stolen, it was actually. It was years ago. It was like a year after I got it. And I'm driving around, car gets stolen, I was at a friend's house and I'm just hanging out. I go to my car and my car is gone. And I thought I was at an apartment complex, so I thought my car got towed. So I called the towing company and they're like, "Yeah, we don't have your car. Like, it's not in our system at all." I'm like, well, shit, my car's been stolen. Okay, I call my dad. He comes, picks me up, and call 911. Hey, my car's been stolen. I see you.
Making a pyramid.
Yeah, I see it. I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that. So, like...
I'm going to finish it. God damn it. Before this episode is over.
So, I report my car stolen. And then, 2 or 3 days later, I'm like, okay, I need a car. I need a car. And I go and take out a loan at the bank to go buy another car. I get home after taking out that loan, and I get a phone call.
Your car has been found.
From an unlisted number. I answer the phone, and I'm like, hello? And they're like, yes, this is 911. We found your car. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Wait, how long was the period between theft to you taking out loan to you finding out cars?
The whole process was 3 days.
Okay.
Not even. 2 or 3 days. So
Which
2 or 3
gotta
days.
Be honest, that's not too bad as far as
So 2 or 3 days.
In my eyes, I don't know.
2 or 3 days after my car got stolen, I went to the bank to take out a loan to buy a new car.
Okay.
Fine, whatever.
Yeah.
And then
I mean, at this point, you're assuming it's gone. Like you're just like,
I'm like,
right.
this is a 94 Honda Accord. It's gone.
White license plate number.
Right. It's a 94 Honda Accord that's been stolen. It's in pieces by now. It's gone.
Yeah.
That is not a car anymore. It's been parted out. It got chopped. It's gone.
Here's the thing. You have picked a car which is known for being stolen, known for being chop shop. Like,
right.
You probably bought the worst fucking car in history as far as owning. You know, whereas like me, I bought a 99 Jeep Grand Cherokee and people can't fucking wait to just get rid of those. So let alone steal one. Fuck right? That. Like that's a nightmare.
So the only reason they were able to find the car is because the dude was driving it around and it had a dead taillight.
Oh no shit.
Or it had a bad brake light.
So he got pulled over for that.
So the cops see the bad taillight. They run the plate because that's when there's a violation, the first thing they do is run the plate. They run the plate, see that the car is stolen. As soon as the light turns green, they flip on the lights. The dude fucking books it. Oh. Dude starts. I know, right? Versus a fucking, Dodge Charger or whatever the fuck they're driving these days.
Like dude starts a simple four-cylinder.
Dude ends up going into an apartment complex, drives it all the way to the deep depths of an apartment complex.
So he's not a smart criminal by any means.
Right, drives it all the way into the depths of an apartment complex, gets out and hops the fence. They never found the guy as far as I'm aware, but they got the car back. Yeah, so I get back, there's 4 cop cars. I get to where the car is. There's 4 cop cars there. They're literally pulling fingerprints off the car.
Oh my god.
But I got my car back.
Yeah.
And then I let it sit for 3 years.
Yeah, geez, you let that fucking thing sit. You weren't even driving that when you started working.
I did not drive my... Well, and that was the thing is, before I even started working with you, I let my car sit for 3 years.
Yeah.
Because
honestly, I'm surprised it wasn't stolen.
I know, right?
Was it stolen in between that period or no?
It was stolen before that.
Okay.
So I started dating Juliana. I moved in with Juliana. I lost my job. I realized I couldn't pay my insurance. I canceled the insurance so I couldn't drive my car. I just left my car parked at her apartment complex. It's left in one spot for a year. Then I towed it to the next place we lived.
Drive it.
Right?
You fucking towed it.
I towed it to the next place we lived. Let it sit there for a year. Towed it to the next place we lived. Let it sit there for a year. And then that sat at that apartment for a year. And then when we finally moved up to Vancouver, because I never got the plates changed, because all this time I was living in Oregon, I never got the plates changed. So when I moved back to Washington, I was just like, oh, I could just re-up the registration. It'll be fine. So I went and I registered $60, got my car back on the road. $60 gets my car back on the road. No problem. And, as that was how I started driving my car again. And then as soon as I moved here, it's been stolen once since I broke in and I've lived here 2.5 years. It's been stolen once and broken into at least 5 times.
5 fucking times?
At least 5 times.
Jesus Christ, dude. Oh my god. You need to buy it. You should buy the shitty, a Hyundai or a Kia or something just fucking garbage.
I'm ready for that car to just be done. And because it sat for so long and never driven, it's just got gunk baked onto it.
Oh my god.
The first thing I did after I got my registration back on it was take it to a car wash, and it's still disgusting.
So for preface, I own a 99 Jeep Grand Cherokee. This car has never been stolen.
You keep telling the story. I'm going to the bathroom.
This car has been broken into once because I left it unlocked in Longview, Washington, which is a very notorious area to steal cars and break into cars. That was my bad. I was tired. I left it unlocked. They stole my cassette tapes and nothing else because there was something. Oh no, a couple of colognes because that's what I had in the fucking car at the time. Yeah, and I think that's really it. That car has been through hell. Has been through a completely different motor. At this point, I don't know if she has any life left in her. I hope she does because I would love to get her back on the road because I love that car. My first car that I ever bought, and fantastic car for me personally. Everybody's going to have different opinions on Jeeps. A lot of people are going to be like, oh, Wranglers are awesome. Cherokees are even better. Grand Cherokees are kind of like the redheaded stepchild of the group of the Jeeps. Personally, for me, 99 Jeep Grand Cherokee, love that car. I hope that engine is not completely fucked off, and I can get that car back on the road. But yeah, have definitely not had the amount of issues as a Honda owner who has had their car broken into numerous times.
Mind you, all of this has been one car. I've owned this car since 2013.
Yeah, it's so been, just for the record,
it's been stolen twice.
And broken into numerous times.
Broken into, gathering. In the time I've had it, it's been broken into at least 8 times.
So, for reference, the Jeep Grand Cherokee 99 never been stolen. Nobody has ever stolen it. Was broken into once because I accidentally left the car unlocked in specifically Longview, Washington, which is very, very much well known for, breaking into cars.
So what's most funny is the entire time I lived in Oregon, specifically the Portland area, my car never got broken into. As soon as I lived in Washington, it started getting broken into left and right.
Yeah. Actually, I should rephrase that. Has been broken into twice. Both times I forgot to lock the fucking thing. Once in Longview, once in Vancouver. Neither of which panned out for anything. Longview, they stole some cologne I had in the middle, compartment. Whoopsies. And they stole some of my cassette tapes, which I was a little peeved about because they got Metallica, Ride the Lightning, fantastic album. And I want to say it was not Audioslave, before Audioslave, and I can't think of the name of the band.
Before Audioslave.
Oh man.
Yeah, because it's Chris Cornell, right?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I can't type right now either because everything's very wavy. So, what came before Audioslave? It was Chris Cornell, but right. I don't remember what.
Cornell.
Soundgarden.
That's the one.
Yeah. So they got my Ride the Lightning and they got my Soundgarden. And here's the thing: it wasn't CDs; it was fucking tapes. So they got some of my tapes and my cologne, which actually Shasta bought for me. So that was a little peeved about that, but the tapes were very disappointing as well.
Right.
Because here's the funny thing is, I still listen to cassettes in that fucking bitch because,
if that's what you got, man, school. Fucking go for it.
Well, here's the thing: the Jeep has a 10-disc CD changer, but I also had a cassette tape, so it was like, I guess it's one of those like pick your poison. I love cassettes. I have a lot of cassettes. I don't know why.
Dude, I got a fucking record collection, man.
I mean, I was raised on cassettes, so that was like a thing for me growing up.
So was I. I loved cassettes. Cassettes were great.
So yeah, the Jeep was never stolen, broken into twice because I forgot to lock the fucking doors. And that's on me. I can't even blame the people because that's on fucking me. Otherwise, no issues other than the fact that I think she's finally dead, and I'm sad about that. But that's a whole other thing. Did I ever tell you about that?
No, I just know you're driving a Beamer now.
Well, the Prius mostly.
Oh,
Shasta drives the BMW. But so I went to work one day and started overheating on the freeway. Yeah, in the Jeep, and I was like, oh,
I've got a story about that.
So I got it to a parking lot. I had to I had to text and call Daniel and be like, hey, can you pick me up? Like, I'm not gonna be able to make it to work. And then come to find out, I don't know if it's the water pump or the thermostat that's giving me issues. But I do know that when we tried to start it again, trying to get it home, that there was a massive like knock in the engine. So I'm assuming I threw a rod.
Yeah, it's not supposed to
due to the overheating issues. And it's sitting in our driveway, and I'm afraid because look here. This is the first car I bought as me, an adult.
That's my Honda.
The first car I bought. And I've had it for 13 fucking years. So for me, it's like this is like the longest fucking relationship I've had with anything is this fucking car. So it's like, it's like I don't want it to end. And at the same time, like I need to figure out what's fucking wrong. So yeah, it's one of those things where I need to make a decision on that, which I've been told I need to make a decision on that. So
yeah.
That'll probably happen at some point.
But
that's sitting in the driveway right now, which is why I'm driving the Prius.
Right.
But
the first car I ever had, not that was mine. The first car that was mine was the 94 Accord that I have. But the first car that I ever drove that was mine to have access to was a 1992 Honda Accord.
So you just have relationships with Hondas.
Every car I've ever had access to has been a Honda Accord.
Which is funny.
My first car was a 92. My current car is a 94, and Juliana drives a 2001.
Yeah.
And Juliana and I are both committed to not getting another Accord.
Good, because they get stolen. So my first car was a 93, and I love this thing because it was the family's first new car. It was a 93 Dodge Caravan.
Woo!
That was my first car. And here's the kicker. This was my family's first new car that they bought when we were all kids and shit growing up. So this thing survived everybody and came to me as the first car owner.
And my first car that my family bought brand new was a 1999 Honda Accord.
So you just got Honda blood, is what I'm gathering.
It's baked in, man. So my first car ever was a 1992 Honda Accord. I totally forget where I'm going with this or why I wanted to bring this up. Fuck. Oh, right. You talked about
the alcohol.
You talked. No, it was that's part of it. You talked about the overheating. I was driving home from work one day. I used to live in Hazeldale, which is West Vancouver, and work in Gresham. So, that's a bit of a drive.
That's a little bit of a drive.
It's a bit of a drive. So I would always have to go along 14, and I worked the graveyard shift. So I'm going to work at like 11:30, and I'm coming back from work at coming home at like 8:30.
Yeah.
So I'm driving home from work one day after working for 8 hours, and I get about 3 miles from home. Like I'm about to get onto the I-5 interchange to get off to. So I'm at that Fred Meyer Kroger, for those that aren't from the Northwest. That Fred Meyer, that Grand Central Fred Meyer that's right at the I-5 interchange with 14. Yeah. I'm about to get there, and my radiator exploded.
Like legitimately exploded?
Actually exploded. I just hear a bang. Shit. I hear a bang, and smoke starts pouring from my vents.
Oh my god.
So I'm able to limp it to the Fred Meyer and park it. I open it up and the whole top of the radiator is just split open.
Oh my god, dude. That is catastrophic at its best. I'm gonna leave you with the audience because I have to piss once again. Because at this point there is way too much alcohol.
So the fact that I was able to drive it from where I was, from where it broke to... Really, Tyrion? Do we have another friend?
Wait, is that him opening the blinds?
Yes, it is.
Oh my god, dude, that is ridiculous.
Where it's at now is him opening the blinds. This is me.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes we get other cats to visit.
That's funny. All right. Enthrall the audience. I will be right back.
So, the fact that I was able to drive a good 3/4 of a whole mile to the Fred Meyer Kroger on a broken radiator is incredible, quite frankly. Oh God, I can hear myself in his headphones. That's throwing me off. So the fact that I was able to do that without blowing a head gasket or anything is incredible. But then I was able to. I have a friend who is vehicle repair. I think he's ASE certified or something. He's able to actually he knows what the fuck he's talking about with cars. So I call him and he's like, yeah, tow your car to my place. We'll get it taken care of. Here's who to call for your, if it's just your radiator that's broken, here's who to call to get a new one. And okay, so you set your fucking headphones down right under your microphone and you have you set your microphones down just under your microphone and you have your volume turned up enough that I could hear myself. And it was really throwing me off.
Nice.
Because it was on just enough. Have you ever done those, the speech jammers, where it's on just enough of a delay?
I don't think so.
You can hear what you're saying on a slight delay, and it totally fucks you up. Especially when you're drunk.
That's like podcast hardcore mode.
It is. But I could just hear just a little bit of what I was saying. So anyway, I limp my car to this Fred Meyer's. I call my friend who's ASE certified, and he's like, okay, well, call a tow truck, get your car to my place, and catch a ride to my place, and here's who to call to get a radiator quick. So I was able to call somebody. And I got a radiator real quick. And then he and we went to, O'Reilly or something to get more, antifreeze. And then, we were able to fix it within 12 hours. Get my car completely back on the road within 12 hours. It was great.
It was great. Yeah, that's really good.
But he's like, how far did you drive it with the blown radiator? And I was like, I drove it.
Oh, fuck.
I drove it almost a mile with a blown radiator, and I didn't blow a head gasket or anything.
Which is very fortunate.
I was incredibly fortunate that the only issue was a blown radiator. I opened it up, and my car just...
Dude,
it went poof. And... fucking I rolled my windows down, turned my heat up to vent as much as I could.
Dude, I do not envy that whatsoever.
It was not a good time. It was not a good time.
You know what's funny? I don't even know how we got on this subject right now, to be honest.
You were talking about your Jeep overheating, and then I talked about mine.
How the hell did we even get on the cars, though?
I was talking about my car getting broken into.
Yeah, but how did we even get there?
I don't know. See, this is where the problem comes in. Is you try and analyze how we get to where we go, and the whole podcast falls apart.
I know, but how the fuck did we get here?
Oh my god. So fucking okay. So completely, I'm just on the fucking our chat right now.
No, change subjects.
So fucking totally Moist Critical trying to get the world record speed run on Mr. Krabs overdoses on ketamine and dies.
Saw that. Yep.
And he actually did it. He ended up doing it.
Did he really?
He like over the course of like four or 5 days, he ends up doing. He got a glitch that was really hard to replicate, and ended up nailing it. And then within 3 days, he ended up losing his record.
Oh man!
He's not even in the top 3 anymore.
So that, you know what, that I love the speedrunning community because they do.
Every speedrunning community I've ever seen has been absolutely incredible.
Yes, I don't want to take anything away from them, but that is why I will never try to compete in the speedrunning community, because it's like I just like fuck, I don't want to try that hard.
You have to.
I don't want to try. I don't want to try that hard. That's the problem. Like I just want to be number 1 and then not have to think about it for a few months. And it's like, oh no, motherfucker! Like you're number 1, and it's like 3 days later you're like number 7, and it's like, oh god damn it, I gotta try again.
That was the thing, is when he got it, he's like, this is so hard to replicate because it was a glitch.
He's number 3. You said,
or he's like, number 4 now. 3? He's not even in the top 3 anymore,
dude. I couldn't. That's just because too much work for me to keep up on.
He was fully expecting that the glitch he managed to grab was hard to repeat, which it is.
Yeah, but again, speedrunning community,
right? Like he was expecting that the glitch he found and exploited was hard to repeat, but he found people who repeated that exploit and then managed to better utilize the time they got with that exploit, because the whole thing is you have to like drive to the chum bucket and talk to get a key and talk to Plankton.
Mm-hmm.
But they were able to find a glitch to glitch into the glitch into the part of the building where the key is.
Yeah.
And but it's driving your boat to get, and then clipping through the building, getting the key and going in. Well, Charlie found a glitch that allowed him to get the entire boat into the building directly over the key.
Yeah.
And then whenever you collect and utilize ketamine, it speeds up time and speeds up your movement speed. So he got the key, but he didn't utilize his time after getting the key as well as he could. So other people managed to duplicate his glitch and use their time better after he did to get a better time. So he was the first one to get it to sub 19 seconds. And the current record is 16.5. Fucking speedrunners, man.
Too competitive, right?
Way too competitive.
Way too much work for me to even think about with a full-time job and everything else that's involved. If I could solely focus on that, maybe. But holy shit, if you have anything outside of that, you are probably not in the top.
If you're not speedrunning at all. If all you're doing isn't speedrunning, you're not gonna show up. You can put up numbers, but you're not gonna be the guy, you know?
Yeah. Which reminds me, the YouTube channel that you recommended with the speedrunning, I can't think of the name right now.
Lowest
Possibly.
Percent? Yeah, that's the one where they analyze speedruns and talk about different runs and different runners and how different runs have affected whatever category they're in.
Have you watched the recent video on that?
The one about Pydoix?
Yes.
Yeah. That dude is fucking insane.
A fucking animal of speedrunning. Holy shit. The fact that he's
able to set records within a month of a category
set records, break his own records, not give a shit about his records, and just keep doing it.
Right?
For not just one, but multiple games. Oh!
At least 2. Fuck, the fact that he just oh, hey, here's Super Mario Odyssey any percent.
Yeah. Dude.
Which Super Mario Odyssey runs are insane by themselves.
Yeah, but the fact that he just disappeared after that too, that just shows like what he was there for. He was there
to give you
to set the record,
right?
And that was it. Like, he didn't care.
To give you context of the Super Mario Odyssey any% run, it's sub-hour now.
Oh yeah, it's way lower now.
And he set the record at like 104.
Yeah.
So
and that was run before all the shit they could find.
The run itself is sub-hour.
Yeah.
And like
dude's a monster.
Like,
and the fact that he did this without wanting any real recognition.
Yeah.
Like, he was like, "Oh, cool, I broke a record, awesome. All right, let's try again."
It was like when he set the record for Super Mario Odyssey, they like cut into the audio, and he was just like, "Nice."
Yeah, it wasn't
didn't even like no big like
woo. Just there was no fucking emotion other than like, "All right, cool,
nice."
And then I could feel like in his mind he was like, "All right, how can I make this faster?
Exactly.
Like, what did I fuck up on?"
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, holy shit! Mm-hmm. To find a speedrunner who breaks records, doesn't actually give a fuck about their own time, but just wants to know how they get faster.
Yep.
Where the fuck did this guy go? I mean, I understand that some of these people have real lives. Like, I'm not going to live in this world where it's like, that's all I do is speedrun, so I'm going to speedrun.
Right.
But, like, what? Like, he just dropped it all just to fucking, like, do whatever. And it's like,
where did you come from? Where did you go?
Where did you come from?
Where did you come from? Pidoix.
Like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah. I mean, for real. The dude.
Oh, it's
dude
unreal.
Said he came in and he just blew away both speedrunning communities that he was a part of. Both Ocarina of Time and Super Mario Odyssey. Just blew him out of the water and then gone.
Yeah,
out of fucking
just
nowhere.
Like, all right, I'm done.
Came from nowhere, went to nowhere. I guess he went to the Smash scene for a while.
But that was like in between.
That was between Zelda and Odyssey. That was between Ocarina of Time and Odyssey.
But it's like, where is he now? Like, what the fuck, dude? How do you do these things?
The real question is
completely fall off the planet?
The real question is, what's going to get him speedrunning again? Where's he going to show up next? That's the real question.
And is there something? I mean,
is he even going to show up again? Who knows?
Yeah, we don't know. I mean,
some of my favorite content on YouTube is watching not just speedruns, but speedrun analysis, speedrun breakdowns, because speedrunners are a different breed of human being.
Oh,
they have 100%. To be. They have to be.
Yeah.
And like, even watching speedrunners break down other speedrunners is ridiculous. Like, I just Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
Yeah, 100%.
But I just watched a video last night of a dude who he did an entire analysis of someone who was running Super Mario 64 16-star blindfolded and faked it, and explaining how he faked it and how he broke it down, and like pointing out is like, no, the way he's running it, he is not blindfolded. He can see what he's doing. There's no way he knows where that 1-up is, that he could follow it when that's set RNG. How did he know where the box was if he can't see where he's going? And then like, and he even calls out, is like, there's a few people in that dude's chat who is like, okay, well, if you're so good at fucking Bowser throws, do it with a pillow over your head facing the wrong direction. And the dude, instead of just being like, nah, that's too hard, he sits there for like 30 seconds and just like, nah.
Yeah, I don't know. Speedrunners, like you said, they're a different breed altogether. The things that they factor in.
Breath of the Wild runners. There's one dude I think is really funny. His name's Point Crow. And he's had a couple of people who have modded the game specifically for him to play.
Yeah.
And one of the mods he had put out was Breath of the Wild, but the entire game is underwater. So they basically created Wind Waker in Breath of the Wild. So he has to be on a boat, and he ends up like, because you're on your boat, you're on your little raft, and you have your Korok leaf, and you're blowing it to go faster. And he ended up getting super fast. Like, that is ultimately the fastest movement in the game. No two ways about it. That is the fastest movement in the game. But there's one point where, like, he's going, and he comes across a couple ducks. And, you know, ducks will fly away if you come too close. He was going too fast. He destroyed these creatures. Just
awesome.
Or, like, there's one point where he's going, and he ends up going so fast, the character model cannot keep up with the boat.
Oh, shit.
He was going too fast. The boat just moved out from under him, and by the time he realized what had happened, the raft despawned.
Oh, fuck. I didn't think that was
and he's just in the middle of this ocean, and there's no way he can get anywhere safe.
Oh, my God. That's... Dude.
That was a hysterical run. Also, there's Breath of the Wild Bingo, which is really funny to watch.
I didn't know that was the thing.
So it's like you and a friend play Breath of the Wild, and you each have a bingo card of things to accomplish in the game as fast as possible.
Yeah.
And you go and you accomplish these things on the list, and everybody, you can see what the other guys accomplished. And the goal is to get a bingo. Yeah. And it's randomly generated each instance of the game. So I found that really funny to watch.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. Yeah.
Because it's like, he's going that route. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, that's the faster route. Fuck. Like, there was actually a moment like that. Is like the Breath of the Wild speedrunner lost to the Super Mario Odyssey speedrunner.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's funny.
3 times in a row.
Oh, man. Yeah, I feel like every time we bring up speedrunners on this podcast, it's like we're just always blown away by just I guess the sheer amount of dedication
it's
that
reverence
they put into.
It's reverence that we have. I feel. Yeah. At least I have.
Yeah.
Because they I could never hope to be as good as they are.
Oh, 100%.
I have a couple ideas for like mini painting speedruns that I've thought about. Because you know how they, like, a friend of mine, he pointed out, is that you know how they have those like artist, this is what I was able to do in 10 seconds, 1 minute, 5 minutes, an hour.
Right.
I want to do that with mini painting. And I think that could be cool. But the issue with that is I need multiple of the same model to do that with.
Yeah, yeah.
And I haven't been able to achieve that yet. Luckily, I got all those models that I got for a song.
Oh, yeah.
A while ago. And I did the math on it, and I actually looked into what everything I got was worth. I got it all for $150. It's all worth over $500.
That's awesome.
So that's a $350 straight profit right there.
Yeah.
And even the cheapest group that I've got, like I've got one group that I'm just like, well, this is technically 3 sets, but based on the current rules, I'm selling it all as one. Even that, I'm making like $15 profit on. And because I found the mini swap subreddit.
Oh, that's the thing.
Which they actually have like set rules of like, here's how to not get screwed over, here's how to do it right, here's how to set things up, make sure you're doing well, make sure you're not fucking people over, make sure people aren't fucking you over.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if someone contacts you, make sure they comment on the post you made to prove that they're not banned from the community, because if they're banned from the community, you don't want to sell them things, and if they can comment on your stuff, they're not banned, right?
Yeah.
And like they have a separate subreddit that's Miniswap Karma, where everybody who either makes a sale or participates in a sale creates a thing. So it's like eBay feedback.
Yeah.
So like there's a separate Reddit thread of like, oh yeah, no, like I sold a thing and so bought it from me and they left positive feedback. They are happy with their sales. So like it creates a good reputation. You know, you're able to build a reputation in the community.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I also found a brush for hire.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Which is like, oh, hey, I have this thing I want painted. And I'll pay this much for it. Who wants to paint it? So I've been keeping an eye on that, too. But yeah, I posted all the old Warhammer stuff that I got on Miniswap. And I've already gotten... I got a hit within an hour. And then I've gotten I got another hit the next... I posted it last night. I got a hit within an hour, and then I got another hit this morning. And I fully suspect I'll either have a reply from either of them after this, because we're over 3 hours, by the way.
I figured as much. I looked at the clock, and I was like, oh, God, where are we at?
It's fucking almost 3:30 now.
Oh,
boy. Yeah.
We went strong on this one.
Who'd have known that all it would take is alcohol to get us to go this long?
Alcohol. Yes. Which we should probably call it soon, because I'm at the point of shit's almost spinning, so I don't know how much more I'm going to be able to pay attention.
Yeah, I can tell you're fading a little bit.
Yeah, just a little.
So, away from mini painting and things I posted, did you see the Bart Kira link that I posted?
I did see that, yeah.
So it is the entire manga of Akira redrawn as Simpsons fan art.
Yeah.
Page for page, panel for panel. Complete remake. And I'm like, holy shit.
That's pretty insane, to be honest.
To go panel. Okay, yeah, no, we need to stop because I'm seeing you done.
Oh, I'm 100% done.
Okay.
But,
no, that's fair. I'm fading too, so we should.
Should we call it?
We should call it.
I almost finished all the alcohols. I only have one left.
The last time I went pee, I had to get another one, and I'm halfway through that.
Oof. All right. We did it. The drinking episode.
Happy fucking New Year, I guess, or something.
Yes,
because that's when this is going up.
Yeah.
We wanted to make 2 hours special, but you know what? Fuck you guys. 3 hours. Here you go. Deal with it.
3 hours, man.
Woo!
Did it. Oh God.
Or something.
I need to go lay down. Because I'm tired.
Yeah, that's fine.
And
that's totally fair and relevant.
Possibly at the point of over alcohol.
Too drunk. Okay, got it.
Too drunk.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. It was
a good one.
And dealing with this is probably our best show. Don't expect
Don't expect this level of perfection ever again.
God damn it,
because my liver can't take it. All right.
I see your half-assed little...
Yeah. I got it. Like, what was the last one? I was just going to do this and just right up there.
Hey, you know what? It's a new year. You know what? After this is a new year. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
It's a new year.
It's a new year. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Go for it.
Yeah. Here's the new year for you, you fuck faces. There you go.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
Thank you.
And putting up with our drunk ass
antics,
motherfuckers shit.
Woo! All right.
We'll catch you guys in the next one. 2020, motherfuckers.
2020 is at an end. 2021.
2021. Fuck 2020. 2021's new beginnings.
Yep, new beginnings.
New chapter. Let's fucking get it, boys. Let's go.
Let's do it. Let's fucking do it.
Catch you later.